Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Catty Crypto here. So this is a long asked for video. Many people have asked me to cover this, so I thought what better day than today to cover it whilst there's really a lot of things actually going on in the background at the moment. I'm not privy to explain what they are, but things will be coming out very soon, so do keep an eye out for that. No, it's not insane, crazy news or anything like that, but there are lots of things going on in the background. I've got a project to bring forward of my own in the coming days, possibly a week from now. But the whole point of this video is to pretty much discuss what validators are, how to become a validator if you wanted to, and what everything pretty much around it. So let's go from the top. Okay, what is a validator? And this is on the TERRA document, so anybody can come and get this. I'll leave a link to it in the description for you folks. So the TERRA core is powered by the Tendermint consensus. Validators run full nodes, participate in consensus by broadcasting votes, commit new blocks to the blockchain, and participate in governance of the blockchain. Validators are able to cast votes on behalf of their delegators. A validator's voting power is weighted according to their total stake. So we're going to skip, no we're not. Okay, a full node. Okay, so what is a full node? A full node is a program that validates the transactions and blocks of a blockchain. Validators must run full nodes. Full nodes require more resources than light nodes, which only processes block headers and a small subset of transactions. Running a full node means you are running a non-compromised and up-to-date version of the TERRA core software with a low network latency and no downtime. It is possible and encouraged for any user to run full nodes even if they do not plan to be validators. So what is staking? When Luna holders delegate their Luna to a validator, they are staking. Staking increases a validator's weight, which helps them, and in return, delegators get rewarded. The Columbus 5 mainnet is a public proof of stake POS blockchain. This means a validator's weight, which is its total stake, is determined by the amount of staking tokens they delegate to themselves, plus the Luna bonded to them by external delegators. The weight of a validator determines whether or not they are an active validator and how frequently they can propose a block. Validators with a higher weight will propose more blocks and in turn make more revenue. The active validator set is made up of 130 validators who hold the most Luna. The bottom validator's stake always forms the barrier for entry into the network, creating a validator with more stake than the bottom validator is the only way to enter the active set. So this pretty much means if you want to become an active validator, you've got to kick one of the 130 in the list. So you've pretty much got to overtake one of these validators to remove them as an active validator. But moving forward, so creating a validator with more stake than the bottom validators anyway. Yep, if validators double sign or are frequently offline, they risk their staked Luna, including the Luna delegated by users being slashed by the protocol to penalize negligence and misbehavior. So pretty much if you run a full-time node and it goes down, you're going to be going for a slashing event, which is kind of like, it's pretty brutal. So we'll cover that in another video because this one's going to be quite long as it is. So what is a delegator? Delegators are Luna holders who want to receive staking rewards without the responsibility of running a validator. Through TERRA Station, a user can delegate Luna to a validator and in exchange receive part of a validator's revenue. For more details on how revenue is distributed, you can click on this link that will take you there. Delegators share the benefits and rewards of staking with their validator. If a validator is successful, its delegators will constantly share in the reward structure. If a validator is slashed, the delegator's stake will also be slashed. This is why delegators should perform due diligence on validators before delegating. Delegators can also diversify by spreading their stake over multiple validators. Delegators play a crucial role in the system as they are responsible for choosing validators. Being a delegator is not a passive role. Delegators should remain vigilant, actively monitor the actions of their validators and redelegate whenever they feel their current validator does not meet their needs. And a good example of a validator on the Luna mainnet is Lunc. Yes, I know Lunc because they're doing so much for the community and they really are underrated in my opinion. So the all important question, how do I become a validator? So any participant in the network can signal their intent to become a validator by creating a validator and registering registering its validator's profile. The candidate then broadcasts a create validator transaction which contains the following: a pub key. A validator operators can have different accounts for validating and holding liquid funds. The pub key submitted must be associated with the private key the validator will use to sign pre-votes and pre-commits. Address. A TERRA developer address. This is the address used to identify a validator publicly. The private key associated with this address is used to bond and unbond and claim rewards. The name. The website is optional but recommended. Same with the description. The name, also known as the moniker. The initial commission rate. The commission rate on block provisions, block rewards and fees charged to delegators. Maximum commission. The maximum commission rate which the validator will be allowed to charge. And commission change rate. The maximum daily increase of the validator's commission. The minimum self-bond amount. And the initial self-bond amount. And as you can see here, there's a nice example of how to do this. And like I said, anybody with a good computer who can maintain that uptime is able to do it. I mean, a cat, if it had thumbs and the ability to read and type, would be able to do it. And that's the truth. No doubt somewhere would be able to teach a orangutan to run a validator's node, seeing as in they can be taught to drive vehicles. So yes, that's right. Orangutans have been taught to drive vehicles. There's one in Hollywood. He's an awesome ape. And so the validator's keys and states. What type of keys do I use? There's lots of stuff here about all of the ins and outs of being a validator, what you need to do. We're not going to drag you on through all of it because I think you've heard the majority amounts of what is needed, but the incentives for staking. So each member of a validator's staking pool earns revenue. Compute fees. To prevent spamming, validators can set a minimum gas fees for transactions. This to be included for their mempool. At the end of every block, compute fees are dispersed to the participating validators proportional to their stake. Now I've got another one here, which is pretty much I've Googled I've pretty much how to become a TERRA validator, and it's come back with only 105 validators on TERRA activated at a time. So this means to become a validator, you must stake a lot of Luna to the validator yourself or incentivize lunatics to stake with yours. So a little bit of food for thought there. I've had a lot of people ask me, will HCC become a validator? And the simple question to this is no, I will not. But head over to the Luna Classic Let It Burn channel a little bit later. There's going to be a video up. That is the intention for that channel, is to gain a validator status and an active one at that. That's the plan. And it's pretty much to put that channel on steroids, and we can then make choices on what we want to do with the revenue every month. And if we want to put 50% into the node and then 50% to burn and everything like that, I'm going to let you folks decide, because that's the whole idea behind that channel. It's a community channel led by the community. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But there you go, folks. Pretty much everything you need to know about validators on TERRA. The link in the description, do check it out. And if there's anything else you want covering about becoming a validator or anything like that, do let me know in the comments section. I will get back to you as soon as possible, and I'll get the content up and we'll correct it how it needs to be. So folks, stay safe out there. It's not financial advice. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me or the Happy Catty Crypto channel or the Luna Classic Let It Burn channel. And yeah, like I always say, catch you in the next one.